What's up everybody and welcome back to another Axel Plays VR video. Today, we're not going to be going anywhere. We're staying right here where I am sitting right now. Because, I know, you're going to want me to go somewhere like the office or whatever. I don't know if you even want it. Oh well. Anyways, so today, I'm going to be sharing my first day back at school, my first year of junior high, and of course I'm not gonna be filming in real life, so I'm gonna show you my whole day in Animal Company, from when I first woke up and all the way to the end of the day, which is right now. So let's get straight into it. I was asleep in my bed until I woke up randomly, and then I was confused. I thought something was gonna wake me up. Just woke up randomly. I went over to grab my phone and check out what time it was. I looked at my phone and it was approximately 7:32 a.m. in the morning. I didn't know what time I was supposed to get up to go to school, so I just kept sleeping. Put my phone back and then went back to my sleep. For about 10 minutes it lasted. Hey, son, what are you doing? I thought you were gonna wake up already by yourself to get ready for school. Come on, get ready. I'll meet you downstairs to eat breakfast. I was scared. I didn't know he was gonna yell at me like that, so I just decided to just get ready, grab my plushie, and then get ready to go to school. I decided to go to the changing room and get rid of my pajamas and change into my favorite outfit to go to school. After I changed into my new outfit, I was gonna get ready to go to school. I got my backpack from my closet, then I packed my lunch, and then I packed my pencil and my school gear that I needed. I put my backpack on and headed to the kitchen. I got hydrated and ate my food, and then after that I was completely ready to go to school. And it turns out I missed the bus. Completely empty. No kids, no cars, nothing. It was empty. I missed the bus. So I guess my dad had to drive me to school. I got to school and then I realized I forgot to get my schedule. I left it at my house. So I guess I had to follow my friends around. I got to my very first class, which is a rock band class or music class. And then I was just sitting there waiting for the teacher to arrive until then they arrived. We had to introduce ourselves, and then we just started playing some instruments and deciding some songs. After that 30-minute session of music class, we were finally heading to my favorite subject of all of school, which was physical education, or people call it PE. We went to the courts, and then we're just sitting there waiting for the teacher to arrive. I don't know why teachers are always this late. When the teacher finally arrived, we had to introduce ourselves again, do a couple stretches, and then he made us do the worst thing that we could ever imagine. Run laps. Then I was tired out already after a bunch of laps that we did, and then came the most exciting part of PE ever. dodgeball. We played a couple sessions of dodgeball and it was really fun. Ha, you suck. After dodgeball, we grabbed our stuff and went on to our second class, which was reading. When I first arrived, I didn't expect much. I was just walking with my friends, and then we sat down at a table, and then we looked into a bunch of books. There was 20, like about more than 20 stacks of them. So then we saw our teacher. We walked in, and then they told us we had to organize all the books in genre order. So I just started putting stuff randomly where they sound good. Once me and my friends were done organizing all the books, we got ready to go to recess. Me and my friends were just walking around because we didn't have nothing to do for recess. There was not much to do. So instead I just had a little snack. I sat down at one of the benches. Well, we didn't really sit down, but I was at the basketball court and then I just pulled out my favorite snack to eat from them. And then after when I was eating my snacks, then a bunch of kids just started running to me to have snacks. After they all chased me, I had barely any more chips left, so I just ate the rest. After we finished recess and eating our snacks, we went into our first math class. First, I placed my backpack down and we met the teacher. Hi. Then we found this big piece of paper in front of us, and we had to write a bunch of stuff down about our summer and about random stuff. Just start writing down all my stuff now. Just get it over with. I obviously had to do all the easy parts first, and then we get to the hard parts after. So, and eventually, after all of the yapping that the teacher did, I didn't get to finish all my work. So I put it in my backpack and to finish it later. Then he was yapping about a bunch of other stuff. I almost fell asleep. I almost wanted to go to sleep. Then the time came. It was finally time to go to our next class, which was our writing class. And yes, writing class is definitely what you expect. We write a bunch of stuff. So on our first day, we had to write about a bunch of stuff all by ourselves again. So we were just sitting there, and I was writing all the stuff that it needed. Then I just realized, I flipped it over, and there was a backside too, which is the worst thing ever. In the full pages, gosh. Well, and then once I actually finished it, so I turned it into the teacher, got my backpack, and got ready for my next class. I expected science class to be a little funner on the first day, but we didn't do much. What we had to do, he gave us a big book that we were going to take notes in. And then he gave us sheets of paper, and then we had to glue it in to our notebooks. And then after gluing it in, we had to fill out all the blanks. And then we were done. Then he told us that we were going to do a project. And then I was like, what kind of project? And then I looked up, and the best toy that you could ever have at a birthday party was there. Yep, you guessed it, balloons. I was so excited for this project, but just to realize that we were not doing it today So then I got disappointed. But we needed to come up with a project to get the balloons down. So I started brainstorming for a little bit, and then I got nothing. So then the bell rang again, and then we were off to lunch. Once we got to lunchtime, I got my backpack with all my lunch stuff and just started eating. So that was my friends, put all my work aside, and then just took out the most important stuff needed. So I just put all my actual equipment in. Then I had my food. This was a really good lunch break, even though it was short. But I still eat. And then after lunch, we had another session of recess. And then it was the same as the first recess. We barely did anything. So I just walked around with my friends. And then we heard the bell. And then we walked to our almost final class, second to final class, which was probably a pretty bad one. We arrived to our second to final class, which was history. I was not excited for this because the teacher was really strict. Then he slammed on our table a giant piece of paper with a bunch of random rules. But when I say a lot of rules, I mean a lot of rules. So we just began to read all of them. And then he was really strict, so we didn't want to mess with him. So we just read all the rules. Then he gave us trivia questions. We had to throw away the papers. And then he asked us trivia questions about it. And then if we won, we got chocolate eggs. And then I actually ended up winning 2. Then the bell rang again, so it was time to go to our last and final class, which technically is not much of a class, but it was study hall. If you're not familiar with study hall, it's basically a place where you go back to your homeroom and then you just work on a bunch of homework that you have left. And then I pulled out my binder with all my stuff, but then since my teacher was really nice, she had us put away our homework, and then we went outside to play some games. And again, obviously, I didn't play much because, I was bored. So instead, I just decided to chill. And then the bell rang, which meant school was finally over. So then I just remembered my parents signed me up for after school program. So I just walked over there to the place and then just decided, and then I had a bunch of fun with my friends until my parents came to pick me up. It's been an hour and a half. My parents finally picked me up. We eventually got in the car, and then we got to this amazing restaurant. We got to have some food once they picked me up. And my food was really good. We went to a buffet and ate a bunch of stuff. After that, we officially got home. And so then I just decided to sit down and relax for a little bit, and then just start working on the video that you're watching right now. So that's gonna be it for my first day of school vlog, or whatever you want to call a video. And I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below how your first day of school was, And be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more amazing videos like this one. And the backgrounds one, which blew up. I'm gonna try to post frequently, but not a lot. So you'll be expecting a bunch. And also, if you're from my TikTok, you won't be seeing a bunch of videos on there. I'm trying to mainly post a bunch on this channel, on my YouTube channel, to get a bunch, to like blow it up. If I get at least my silver creator or bronze, around bronze or silver creator, then I'll start posting more on TikTok now. Anyways, bye.